What I do, join.
Healing, I mean, that may or may not happen, right. But you're still supporting that process, and you want to give it your all to be able to get that effect, obviously.
Yeah, and the human body has a funny way of prioritizing things. So often people want a certain thing to be healed first, but the body has other plans and devotes resources to other places. We do see, by the way, while many people use this technology for healing, there are plenty of people that use it just for general wellness to stay in shape. So this is a woman in Australia who had been using our products, and so she used the X39 when it came out and was very pleased after 6 weeks with the results. And but after a year, the change was pretty dramatic.
Yeah, you can kind of just see that the tightness around the lips. Yeah, you can see kind of that collagen production, and it's just getting fuller. The cheeks are kind of pulling skin up a little bit more. So yeah, that's a really striking difference.
And this was her after 2 years of using X39. So, you made a comment before that I kind of chuckled at because I thought I might get the opportunity to show you this picture.
This is the one, John, I was telling you about, the lady that X39, when it makes you look younger. I don't know her actual age, but from the picture on day one, I would say at least in her 60s, somewhere along the way. And 2 years later, that's what she looks like on using X39. And most people just can't even believe that it's possible, but that's what happens over time. The collagen in your skin rebuilds.
Comment before that as you're increasing and improving the activity of the mitochondria, as the cells are dividing, they're dividing as younger, healthier cells. And we certainly see a lot of evidence for that, and this is certainly a case study where we did see that happen.
That's tremendous. Yeah, I mean, looking from day one to 2 years later.
Right.
I mean, who wouldn't want that change?
Right, exactly. This is what I'd say would be pretty typical that we see over a period of 2 or 3 months, is that the skin will tighten, it'll become clearer, there's detoxification going on, skin tightening, new collagen production, better complexion. So this would be very typical of the type of testimonials we get.
Yeah. Look at that. Yeah, you can just kind of see that everything is, with gravity, obviously, as we get older, things and collagen starts to collapse, then everything starts to droop, and you can just see how the skin is lifting up. Eyes are clear. It's incredible.
Now, this would be one, again, that is a little bit on the outer edge. We have a huge market in Japan, and that market started for us in late 2018, early 2019. And so this would be, the middle photo is about, I believe that was 2-3 months after using the product, and now this would have been after about a year on the picture on the far right. So again, to your point, it shows the potential.
Yeah. You see underneath the eyes, and I mean, but you know that when it's happening like this on the surface, what's visible, you just imagine what's taking place internally as well, and that's what's so great. It's not just a superficial healing; it's a whole systemic healing, and that's what we want. We want wellness and health.
Right. To me, absolutely. That's the most exciting part of this, is that this is happening as a result of, number one, improving mitochondrial function, improving the health of the cell, upregulating production of antioxidants, managing inflammation, and mobilizing stem cells. So very much that would be consistent with the data that we've collected, is that we're in order to get these effects, it's because we're improving the overall health of the body. So this is going to make a practitioner's job a lot easier, because now you have a technology like this that you can use in aftercare to help support the overall health of the patients. And this is just another example of what would be pretty normal that we would see.
That's huge. This is normal.
And then, this is pretty normal as far as the results we get. Now, this next one was actually the very first, we'll call it youth renewal testimonial that we ever received. This was a woman in Denmark who was having a number of very significant health challenges, which we won't make any claims about. And her daughter is a LifeWave distributor. And so when the product came out, she thought, well, maybe this will help my mom with some of her challenges and make her life a little bit easier. And you can imagine how shocked everyone was to see what happened 2 months later. So this was this was really pretty striking. And this happened in 2018. So this showed us very, very early on, once we took the product to market, what was in store. So it was really thrilling. And of course, we were delighted for her.
I mean, that's like turning back the...
And guys, those of you that are listening right now, that lady's 93 years old. We've had a couple of people already that we've seen this with already, but I want to go back to this one lady. I don't know how old she is. It doesn't say here like the other lady there. I'm just guessing maybe mid-60s, early 60s, something like that. And that's 2 years later. 2 years later, and she looks like that. And of course, most people wear the patch not because you're going to look younger. I didn't know of anybody in the beginning tell me about that other than Todd and Shannon. Shannon told me about it, and I just thought Shannon looked young. I had no idea that Shannon had such a dramatic change in her own appearance until she showed us her before pictures of what she looked like. And it really was very striking when I saw that Shannon looked that much different. And so this lady here from Australia, 2 years later after wearing the patch, went from day one all the way to 2 years later, and just wearing that patch. I mean, it's just like nuts. And then the lady from Japan, and if I can move this out of the way there, and then you got that lady there, 93 years old. What a huge difference. And I think they said hers was 2 months is what it was. So David Schmidt, of course, the founder, and this lady here too also had a very, very big change as well. From what it did for her there. But like I said, most of us here are not here because of that. We're here for health benefits, and that's always a good thing. But it's just that the over time, the collagen in our skin is going to rebuild, and it's just part of the way it's going to work. Can't do anything about it. And I find that if you don't see the person every day or every week, you'll notice it more and more on them as time goes on. That's when you really begin to see the changes, is when you've been away from people for a while, and then you come back and see them. And it's like, wow, what in the world happened to you? So pretty interesting, to say the least. All right, there's a couple of things I want to do tonight. We've got a couple of new friends in here with us tonight. We have Angela and Janika, and I hope I said her name right because I don't want to get beat up. But anyway, we got our friends here tonight that we met in Texas. And so what I want to do, and this will be good for us all, I was hoping to catch Jason to come in to talk about the pay plan, the way the new structure is. I know it's not much different than the way it used to be, but there are some subtle changes. So what I did find, and I reached out to Todd as well, but I think Todd's on the same airplane. They're headed down to, they won the trip down to Punta Cana. We actually won it ourselves, but we've still had some issues getting some of those issues taken care of, so we weren't able to make it. which it'd still probably be difficult regardless with so much going on. But let me take you over to, I believe I have found a video that would help us to understand this a little bit better here on David Allen and Ed Milad. They're speaking about this. So let me see if we can't play maybe about 2 or 3 minutes here and get us a general idea of how that works. And then I want to just go into that sign up process for those that maybe are new that are interested in joining or have not joined. I know most of the faces here, you guys have already, you've been in for some time. And
Steve,
yeah,
Stephen, we do have a few new people, recruits that are potential recruits,
oh, this will be
um,
perfect
that
then.
that may have some questions tonight too. So
Okay, great, great.
yeah,
We'll take
thank.
those in, Karen, in just a little bit. And by the way, besides that lady looking young, all you gotta do is look at that nice young man up there in the top left-hand screen, if he's in your left-hand screen, John Moore. He's another one that turned back the clock a couple of years. He wanted to look
Also,
like
Steve, I
Clint
wanna
Eastwood.
I'm here. I'm just not in Florida with Steve. I had to come to see my son.
Look at that
Uh-huh.
girl there.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm here. So I'm actually cooking dinner for him right now, so I won't have my camera on, but welcome everybody. And I have a very quick testimony from my sister from Slovakia. I talked to her again, and I think last time I already told you that her blood work, as soon as she returned, she saw me in July. She came here with her son from Slovakia in months of July, and we spent 3 weeks together. And then she went back, and she was on the patches entire August and September. And what happened, she went to her doctor and she had the blood work done. And doctor was completely amazed. She asked her, what are you doing? I mean, you are improving in everything. And her pain level, just to let you know, my sister, he is a heavy diabetic. She has circulation problems. She's on heart medication. She had all kinds of trouble. And she called me today. She said she is getting better. She is feeling better. Her sugar is coming down. She says that she feels like she's losing weight, like she's just feeling better overall. Her afternoon tiredness is not as awful as it used to be. And so that means Stevie got to send her more patches. But it is just amazing just to see my own sister to give me that kind of testimony. Now, her husband has a prostate problem, enlarged prostate. So he started the patches for the prostate. So it's not been long enough yet because she didn't want to share with him that much because, they can't afford the patches. So we are the ones who are sending it to them. But he's on the patches for about 2 weeks now. He's feeling better, but he's waiting on the results for the PSA levels. So I will be updating you as whatever they say, but just like we are getting in testimonies from people from all over the world. So I was just very excited about that, Stephen.
Yes, absolutely. And Heather said that's wonderful news. Thank you, Heather. It just seems like every day somebody's got a new testimony. And, isn't Dwayne looking so much nicer now, Karen? I mean, good night, right? You guys
Yeah,
all look great in here. It's amazing. I mean,
Thank
you
you.
guys don't see it. We see it because we don't see you every day. And so
he
that
just got a good testimony from his doctor too in regards to the A1C too. So that
ah,
was a huge breakthrough. So
let's hear it. Can we hear it?
Yeah. About 3 months ago, I got my A1C and it was 7.8. And then a couple of days ago, I guess it was Friday, I went back to my doctor and she told me had dropped almost a full point down to 6.9.
Excellent.
So
Excellent.
she
You know,
was actually very excited.
And the
She,
only thing he did different was add on, just like Jason had told us one time in one of our meetings. Jason had shared that he never goes without that
Eon.
Eon patch, and that it's helped him with his A1C. And that's what Dwayne did. We copied exactly what Jason said on his testimony. And now, look, this is a major breakthrough for us.
Yes. Amen. I am so happy to hear that.
me too.
I tell you what, Jolene, if you guys want to join tomorrow morning, you have to get up early though, because John Moore wakes me up really early in the morning. But Tuesday, that's right, not
Tuesday.
tomorrow, Tuesday morning, we talk about Lifeway for an hour. Well, Jolene is going to come on with us. She did her doctorate in biology, and I was on the phone with her for about an hour yesterday, and she was explaining at such depth what these patches were designed to do. She said, you know, you guys have no clue what you really have. She said, you know, this is my specialty, photobiomodulation therapy. You know, so she was talking about there was a friend of hers that that actually, I forget what it was, she has some type of rare disorder, and she said the medication that she would have to take would be so difficult on her body. And then she began to explain the science of the patch and the way the patch works, helping the body systemically. But she goes into the breakdown, all those fancy words that I don't even know what they are. And she described exactly what they will do and how they assist the body. She said it's really the most gentlest way you could ever have your body help it to repair itself. And she said, and the way that it does, I mean, I can't even get the right words to say, but she's going to be on with John Moore, and I'm going to get her to talk about that particular issue again, because the words that she spoke about and the knowledge that she placed on this was just like through the roof. So it makes you realize that we don't just have a haphazard product. We actually have something that really works. And not only do we have the testimonies that it really works, but then I mean, you could have a doctor come in and say, hey, this is great. We know that Dr. Sellers, for example, who used to come on the meetings early on, she's got about 50 patients on these patches right now. And all the ones that are on the patches had all dramatically improved blood work after the 6-month period. The ones that didn't use the patches didn't have near as good of results. So you can get things like that, but when you get someone like her where they literally work in a lab, they did their doctorate level on photobiomodulation therapy to where they really understand it on a deep level, that's just really kind of like icing on the cake. All right.
And for the new people, Steve, real quick, I want to say that David Schmidt, this is a product not only patented, he has over 100 patents now, but these products, his patches and X39 specifically, has 80 clinical studies. This is unheard of in network
Over
marketing.
100 studies now.
Yeah, okay. Well, they continue on, but the studies have been done with the medical school in Ireland, and I think he's doing some medical schools here as well in United States. And early on when we signed up, Steve, I looked at all these studies, and for the people, I want to let you know, if when you sign up or those who are signed up, when you go to your back office, it's under the resources. When you click on resources, where the bottom one, you will see the clinical studies. So you can study those, and it is put there for people who are more scientifically minded, and also for people who want to, know that this is not just network marketing for some sort of makeup or cream or powder for losing weight or growing muscles or something like this. This is real. This is a stem cell technology. And we are extremely blessed, all of us, that David Schmidt decided not to give this to hands of big pharma, but he quickly patented this and gave it to the hands of the people, which if you knew him personally, if you knew him a little bit more, you would see why. Because he's so much for freedom, he's so much for not losing this country, so much for growing as humanity. And he wanted just the regular people to have not only something that would holistically improve health, but on the other side, on the business side of it, he gave it to the hands of a common man, that if you have ability to educate yourself on this technology and stem cells and how it helps the body, and you are willing, you are extroverted and you're willing to go and talk to people about it, then you can also have a business. And I think that that's a amazing opportunity on that side as well. So I just wanted to point out to those two things, Steve, and you go ahead and continue whatever you prepared for tonight. What happened?
I had to unmute myself, sorry. Sister Darnell, I sent you a text in the message there. I was actually sharing with some friends today about Sister Darnell and her testimony. So after the video on the pay plan there, if she doesn't mind sharing a little bit about that, and that would be so wonderful to hear that again. All right, let me go right here to let me share the screen, find the right button there. There we go.
Time is now. You don't want to miss out. We're building LifeWave to $1 billion company. Let's do it together.
And that's great. I don't want anybody to leave just yet to go back and talk to the person that had invited them. First, let me explain what's going on, because I know that that's exciting.
I do not know who actually did the video, and I haven't had a chance really to listen to it, but I just wanted to be able to give everyone a little bit of an idea of how the pay plan works now with the new system. Hopefully he'll talk about, because normally we're used to the, the silver, the diamond, the gold, the platinum, and we know how that worked about the four. If you're gold and above, you qualify for all four income levels, etc. But I'm not really sure how it worked on the new system. And maybe some of you have already looked into this. I haven't, but I wanted to play this real quick. Then if Sister Darnell has a moment, I'll have her share that testimony that she went through. And then I want to, for the sake of a lot of new folks that are coming in too, we have several people here tonight. I want to show how you actually sign up, whether you're doing it as a preferred customer or a brand partner, just to walk through those steps. And then we'll take questions after we do that. So let's see what he says here. Hopefully not too long.
That was so exciting, and I know everybody wants to get started. So here's how you get started. There are 4 areas or 4 ways to get started with LifeWave. The first one is called the starter, or I call it the initiator. And this is for people that want to just view it, or unfortunately, they don't have the money to get started right now, but they do want to get involved and get themselves positioned. The next is the core. The core is what we call the good. It's $295. The advanced, now this is the most popular one.
When we come back, when I share with you about this, I'll explain what he means by getting yourself positioned. Because even at that place there, once you're positioned, you're locked, your place is locked into the company in the way it's set up. And then of course that overspill that would help build your team is already happening. You won't be able to cash in on it at that level, but at least you will begin to build that other part of your team would already begin to build because you've secured your position in the company.
This is how Linda and I started, and that's the better one. This is the advanced, which gives you enough patches to actually open up your business. But the best for your money is actually the premium. The premium is $17.50, and you're just opening up your store with products. It's like opening up a shoe store and getting your shipment in so that you can start your business. And the nice thing about it, if you look on the right-hand side, it says 30-day money-back guarantee. What company out there does that? If you opened up a McDonald's tomorrow and spent the millions of dollars, in 30 days you say, oh, I don't want it, they're not going to give those millions back to you. But Lifeway will. So let's look at the enrollment kits. So the starter kit is $25. There's no patches that are included with it, but you do get to buy the patches, excuse me, at wholesale pricing on any sleeve. Now the second one, the good, is the core. That's $295. You get $450 worth of value. Now this includes 3X39s or 3X49s or 39s, or 6 of our classical sleeves at wholesale pricing. The advanced, which again is the most popular, that's $535. You get $600 value. So you get 6 X39s or 6 X49s, or you get 12 of our classical patches or sleeves, and you do get them at wholesale pricing. The next one, which is the business builder, is the premium kit. It's at $17.50, and you're getting it you're having $3,000 worth of value. You get 20 X39s or X49s or 40 classic sleeves at wholesale prices. Now, let me ask you this. How many people can you help or can you patch and present this with 20 X39 sleeves or 40 classical patches? You can patch a bunch. With any...
And really what that is there, when you're looking at being able to help people or to get people started, you could even, if you've got someone that's a potential customer and they want to get the sleeve right now, get started right now, if you have that volume of patches in hand, you can do like some of these people do. Like I heard Jason and Todd talk about it. They'll loan out a pack and say, hey, when you get your first order in, when you sign up at whatever level you're signing up in, just swap me out with a pack of patches at that time. So it's an easy way to help someone really get going right immediately, because I mean, some people just want to start right then and there, and you can't really blame them. And another thing I look at too, because of being in business, I know just today, some of the things that I had to buy for the business down here that I took over of my dad's, it's just enormous. Just in the last few days, I've probably spent $7,000. That's just on frivolous things. So being able to take and go into a business for $17.50 and being fully stocked, I wish I could see those days, but you can here, nowhere else. Let me get us move past, and let's go right into the next part here, where he's going to talk about the actual the way you earn your income. Hopefully,
brick and mortar store.
Steven,
Retail.
Yeah,
you shouldn't have stopped it, because it was very, very good for beginning people.
okay.
I mean, it just explains everything, this guy. So just
I'll
let
push
him
it back.
explain it.
Classic
Okay.
sleeves at wholesale prices. Now, let me ask you this. How many people can you help or can you patch and present this with
Why can I hear nothing?
Is he? So just like any brick and mortar store, you can retail your product. This is an example of an X49 or an X39. The retail cost on this is $149.95. The commission is $50 because you're purchasing it at $99.95, and you get 77 product volume for that, and I'll explain that in a little bit. Or you can have that person sign up as a preferred customer, and they can buy it at the wholesale, go on monthly auto ship. For every month that they purchase the X39, X49, you make $20 commission, and you get 43 personal volume points. Now, the second way is product introductory bonus. So the first one is our core. So, we used to have 5 levels or 5 choices. Now, we've just simplified it so that there's 3 choices. And again, we're going to start with the core. The core is $295. Your business volume is $180. And your PIB, or your product introductory bonus, is $35. You get 3 sleeves of LifeWave X39 or X49, or 6 sleeves of any supporting patches. The next one is your Advance, which again is our most popular. That's $535. You get 300 business volume. Your product introductory bonus is $75. And for those that, when I say product introductory bonus, I apologize. That is given to the person that's sponsoring someone into the business. So if Pastor Ed sponsors me into the business, I came in with an advance $535 because he showed me how to get into the business and he's going to be mentoring me. The company gives him a product introductory bonus. And again, for the advance, it's 6 sleeves of X39 and X49 or 12 sleeves of any supporting patch. Now, for the person that says, I want this, get out of my way, I see this is so exciting, I can afford this, I'm going for it. It's $1,750. The business volume is $745. The product introductory bonus is $405, and you get all of that. 20 sleeves of LifeWave X39 or X49, or 40 sleeves of any supporting patches. And again, you can mix and match. The asterisk on the BV for the premium is it's a trickle down. So what happens is initially the first month you're going to receive 525 BV, and I'll explain that in a second what that is. And then for the next 2 months, you don't have to do your personal monthly order because the next 2 months it's going to be 110. Single sleeves of X39 or X49 equals 77 business volume, and single supportive patches equal 55 business volume. All right, so now I was talking about the business volume, the BVs. So the third way of getting paid is through the binary commission bonus. So we work on a binary program, which means that you are building 2 legs. And you can see here is this example here is this is you, and you enroll someone on your left, and you enroll someone on your right, and that person comes in with, let's say, an advance package that's 300 BV for them to come in with that volume. And let's say that you enroll another person on your right, so they both come in with advance. Now you've got 600 volume on there. Well, so you're very close to a cycle. And what is a cycle? A cycle is when you reach 330 points on your left and 330 on your right, or it can be reversed. So it can be left 660, 330 on the right. It doesn't matter. We're looking for 990 and the split of 330 and 660. You will cycle one time. The company says, congratulations, you've cycled. you made $50. Now, the binary commissions are determined by the accrued volume of purchases by brand partners beneath your position, regardless of who enrolls them or how far down the hierarchy they are, offering unlimited depth. So that cycle bonus that you received because you got 330 and 660 on inside, that is continually building because you have people that are bringing in people that are purchasing products, that are buying kits, that are doing their monthly orders, and all of those volumes are coming up both of those legs. And once it reaches those cyclable levels, you're going to cycle again and again and again. So remember, volume generated from retail and preferred customer is also included as a cyclable volume. LifeWave makes no promises or guarantee, regardless of income. The success and failure of each brand partner is like any other business. It depends on the skill and personal efforts. You should not rely on any results of LifeWave brand partners as indicated or what you're going to earn. So here is the compensation plan as the positions of the positions that you reach with the company. So when you first start off, you're in the enrollment title. And when you're in the enrollment title, the maximum that you can make per week is $100. Now, these are maximum payouts. I'm not going to say it over and over again, but these are the payouts that are potentially for these levels. So the second, and the way to get those is by, of course, being active with personal volume, and you have to have one active, personally sponsored a personally sponsored brand partner on each leg. So the second, and I apologize, this is the screen's a little bit different for me. The next level is manager. Now, this is one of the most important positions that you can start with, because manager is actually the position that it's going to catapult you to all of these other positions. You want to build managers. Now, how do I build a manager? You have to have 2 actively personally sponsored brand partners on each leg, and they have to be active. So they have to be on a monthly subscription. You also have to actively do your personal volume at 110. Now the next level is director. The director position, the maximum payout that you can earn or potential income you can earn is $2,500. How do I become a director? I have to have 3 actively personally sponsored brand partners on each leg, and I have to have 1 personally sponsored brand partner that is a manager on each leg. Now the next level is senior director. Senior director, the maximum payout is $3,500, and that is again potential. The enrollment title, you have to have had at least 300 personal volume, lifetime personal volume. So if you came in as an advance, you have that 300. If you came in as a starter and you did 6 months worth of 55 personal volume, then you have that lifetime. But you need to have at least 300 lifetime point values. You also need to meet the paid as director qualifications. Again, what is that? It's 3 active personally sponsored brand partners on each leg and 1 personally sponsored brand partner that's a manager on each leg. And that senior director is $3,500. The next is executive director. That maximum payout is $7,500. Again, it's potential. The presidential director is $12,500 as far as a potential max payout. And then you have senior presidential director, which is $25,000 weekly. Now, these are all weekly. And again, folks, when you look at these, put in your mind, where do I want to be? Where do I want to be? How do I achieve it? If you'll notice that on the
I'm going to pause it there because that gives you the basic idea of how you get paid, but it takes time to learn this. You'll find that you start earning income and you like, how in the world did that happen type thing. So it can be a little confusing as well when you're looking at that. But before I go to show you as far as how to sign up, Sister Darnell, can you share the testimony that you had originally? Thank you. I won't leave you by yourself.
Well, good evening, everybody. I started on the patch December 1st. So it'll be a year in December. And I noticed in the first 5 weeks, my toes stopped tingling and my feet, within the first 5 days, I'm sorry. And then I did have more energy. I had more vitality. I have 3 flights of stairs in one part of the building at work, and then 3 flights that I go through to the other part of the building. So that's like 6 flights of stairs that I might do 4 or 5 times a day. And I used to get really winded and tired, but now it's not that big of a deal. Okay. So I know I have more energy. The other thing is, my blood pressure is better too. I heard you, Brother Steve, talk about your blood pressure, but mine is more regulated now as well, especially if I eat right. And then my dentist saw me in December last year, shortly after I started the patches, and she recommended that I go see another dentist in February to see about getting my tooth pulled out because she told me my body was starting to reject it. And I have been going through periodontal surgeries and treatments for like 30 years. And so I went to see the other dentist in February. And after he explained the process of pulling a tooth and what you have to do, with the temporary and waiting 6 months to get an implant and all that, I was, nope, I'm going to wait. So I had already been on the patches for 2 months in February. Then I went back to see my dentist in June. And when she looked at my gums, she said, wow, this is how I envisioned your gums years ago. So they are much better. The tooth isn't even wiggly anymore. Okay. It's stronger. So I believe that with the 49 that I was wearing through the summer and in the spring, along with 39, that's the bundle, that it might have helped with the bone too. Okay. Yeah. So I still have my tooth. My gums are much better. There's no bleeding. I'm just happy. And I do wear X39 and Eon now together. And I found that really, really helps. Like this time of night, I wouldn't be coherent.
Amen. Amen. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So everything is much better. Okay. Thank you, Brother Steve, for allowing me to.
Thank you. Well,
Can I ask a question about starter, if you know?
Sure.
Okay, so it sounds like starter might be similar to bronze. If a person gets in at 25, he can still get the discount with a 39. Can they order at the same time, do a starter, and then add 39 to the order?
Yes, they could. They could go right on and put their. That actually, I was thinking about that myself when I saw that looks like the way it really comes down to it, that you could sign up. So you'd pay basically 125 because you'd get your first patches right there when you sign up. So for somebody that's just getting started, that is a good idea. And like they say, it positions you, and position is so important because as other people are building, and there's people that are overflowing down into where you just got positioned at. So you don't want to lose that momentum of people that are growing. you know, you might get 2 or 3 people that fall below you, and it might be a month or so, but then what happens when they start going? And then if they become manager, and then there's another, you know, dozen people sitting there, you know, so that's where that volume really begins to grow. And I know it sounds complicated. We kind of know it now, but for new people, it sounds complicated when they talk about $50 for every time you reach the 330 and the 660 binary volume. And it's a technical word, but in reality, all it is that sales are being made from the people that are enjoying the patches. And like so many of us, we don't just go X39 only. We're all out there getting everything, Eon, X49, you know, glutathione. In fact, I used glutathione last couple of nights just so I wouldn't have a sore throat the next day. I get a scratchy throat. I knew I started coughing. I just stuck it on my throat, went to bed, woke up perfectly fine. You know, so every time we buy like that, though, we're creating volume. And that volume is affecting someone else that's joined in. And they may not assign those people up, but it's going to affect them as they build their business. They get to cash in on that volume. And that's the way that works. Don't worry about all the technicality of the numbers, 330, 660, stuff like that. That can be very difficult. So, all right, I'm going to put us back to just regular here. Get rid of this one here. Gosh, how do I get rid of myself? I can't. It's terrible. I know how to get rid of me. Go to the gallery. There we go. All right, let's take real quick. I'm going to get it set up here. I want to be able to show for those of you that have come in tonight, you're wanting to research this a little bit. I want to show you exactly how you can actually go and sign up and join, whether it be as a brand partner, just depending on whatever you want to be. And so give me 1 second here as I have to find everything. All right, here we go. Well, I gotta find you guys. Where did I put you? Oh, there you are. When someone is signing up, the important thing to do is to give them your personal website. If they're going to join or shop, they don't actually access inside of your website per se. They don't see your private information, but what it does, it's going to make it to where if they shop or if they join as a brand partner, they become part of your team. And even as we sign, if people sign up with us, many of you guys end up benefiting from that as well. That's that spillover, as they call it. So let's say you decide you come, if you were going to our website, lifewave.com, Benoon, or whatever your website name is, and you just want to, the person is, as they said in that one video, they could just become a brand, a preferred customer to start with. So when they go in to shop for whatever product they want, most everybody should go with X39 because that's the patch that changes so many lives. So if you want to be a preferred customer and you're only wanting to try it for the first time out of curiosity to see, go with X39. But even if you're doing it out of curiosity, I'm going to tell you straight up. David Schmidt says a month for every decade of your life. I really know, and I know many people that are in here tonight that have been here with us for nearly a year now, like Sister Darnell, like John Moore, Karen and Dwayne. You guys have been here, what, 8 months now? Something like that? 6 months? Yeah. We've learned that it's that when you're dedicated to stick with it, that's when you start seeing the results. My wife was pretty quick. I wasn't, but John Moore, I think he was fairly quick. Sister Denise, like me, it kind of came over time as well. But even Jolene, she calls herself the one patch wonder. She had a rare arthritic condition that she went from pain of a 7 to a 2 the very day she put a patch on. Anyway, you'll notice that you got two prices here, $149.95, $99.95. If a person comes in and buys it one-time purchase only, they're going to have to pay that full $149, but you just click on it regardless. It brings you to the option, and then you can see you can subscribe and save, or you can pay the retail. But if you'll notice, you can't click on either one. It's actually when you add it to the cart where that actually transpires. And it comes right there to that green light there that just popped up there at the top. And or if you didn't catch that, you can just go to the cart. And when you get ready to go to checkout, then you want to become a preferred customer. Some of the people that I know, like JP, who signed up with John, he became a preferred customer plus. So when you clicked on that preferred customer, he chose the one on the right. That one charges you $25 annual fee. That's the only difference it cost. But the nice thing is every month the company sends you free patches to try. So if you just want to be a preferred customer only, you'll save the $50 a month. If you become a PC Plus, you save $50 a month on those patches. Plus, you're going to get free patches, little samples every month. The company sends you of different types of patches the company has for you to try out. So many people learned a lot about what the patches do just doing that. Another thing in shopping, and I'll just quickly mention this, as I said, you've got the X39, but the company has a lot of different patches because they've been doing this for 20 years. And I'm not going to go into every one, but I'll just give you a general idea. Glutathione, they're all non-transdermal. So the good thing is it doesn't matter about medications you're on because they don't affect your body in any way as far as medication. They're only reflecting light back into your body, and that's stimulating different things in your body. Like in the case of X39, X49, they both stimulate a copper peptide. One is GHKCU, which is the X39, which that in turn causes your stem cells to activate. And more importantly, it's the baby stem cells, and that systemically helps the entire body. And you might start the patch, and let's say in your mind you have it, I've got a bad knee, and I really want that pain to subside, and I hope it's going to help me with that. Well, your brain knows where is the most critical areas in your body. So those stem cells are going to go to work on what the body knows it needs to work. So you might think it's your knee, but you might have a more serious issue going on in there, and the stem cells begin there instead. But if that's why I say commit to a year, because if you commit to a year, you're only spending $1,200 for X39. You can't. I went in and had just the blood spun for the stem cells to have injected in my lower back. One treatment alone was $3,000. All right, one treatment. And that was only to help the lower back only. And one treatment just couldn't do it. And the doctor told me you need several treatments, so $9,000. Well, for $1,200, I could get stem cells for the entire year and treat every problem in the entire body, theoretically anyway. So, but anyway, glutathione basically elevates your glutathione levels. Carnosine will elevate your carnosine levels. Glutathione is great for detox. Carnosine is really good for the eyes. It's also good in the case studies for people that have dementia because it removes heavy aluminums out of the brain and out of the body itself. Eon is a patch for, it helps lower the inflammation in the body. And these are all case studies in the website. Even in your own website, you can see those case studies. Energy Enhancer was the first one that David Schmidt did. It was developed for the Navy SEALs to be able to be underwater for 48 hours without any type of enhancers, no caffeine, no stimulants. So he come up with a patch that was able to reflect light into the body that would cause the body to burn its own body fat. 500 calories of body fat a day it burns. It increases the energy in the body. If you want super energy, there's two different places where you put them at. We won't go into placement right now tonight. Silent Nights helps increase your melatonin in your body naturally. Aloe Vita, this is what makes John look so young and handsome, and my wife, so beautiful, is wearing the aloe vera because it has something that it does to the collagen in the skin. Have no idea what, but it works. Ice Wave, this one's for pain. That's for right now type pain. And it just goes on and on. SP6 balances hormones, things like that in the body. And then we have aloe vera different type creams, which John knows more about those than I do because his wife got him to get it. AccuLife is for specifically for animals, but as Dr. Tesla, who is a vet, this 39-year vet that's on our team as well, will tell you, he prescribes X39 to his dog patients, and he's had amazing success with it. All right, I'm sorry I went kind of fast on that, but I did that mainly because we can go into these a lot later on. We go into more depth. I just want to kind of give you an overall quick view. Here's the important part though. If you're deciding that, okay, I know I want to use the patches regardless, but I want to share it with other people, especially if I'm going to get results. Everybody tends to want to wait till they get results and then share it. But I can tell you right now, you'll kick yourself right in the keister for doing that, because I waited 2 months and I wished I would have started sharing from day one. Not that because there was too many testimonies already out there, but everybody wants to feel that change themselves before they talk about it, you know. But you'll find later you wished some people that really could have used it, you wish they would have benefited sooner. All right, that's the only thing I'll say to you on that.
Steve,
But,
can I interrupt for a minute?
yeah,
You
go ahead.
can't see me, that, and I don't know how to raise my hand here on a little phone, but I want to tell people, because I know there are new people there, they're confused when they hear sleeve. What is a sleeve of patches? It's an envelope that contains 30 patches. So you get in one sleeve is product for 30 days. You wear a patch for 12 hours a day. Like let's say 8 o'clock a.m. till 8 p.m. or 9 a.m., 9 p.m., 7 a.m., 7 p.m. You can go up to 14 hours a day. And then you remove it for the night. That's that I'm talking about X39. You can wear it together with Eon. X39 and Eon are patches that complement each other and make each other stronger. They work very well together, and results are achieved a lot faster. But I will tell you, X39 is enough to start with if that's all you can afford. And your price for X39 to have it every month, to have that patch on you every single day, every month, is $99 a month. So that's your price. And you consider it active if you have it on a monthly subscription. If you don't have it on monthly subscription, you are inactive. You won't get paid if you are a brand partner. And if you are just a customer and you are not on monthly subscription of it, you are paying $145 a month. So it's really worth it to have it on monthly because it saves you $50. And another thing is that it comes to your house every month, so you don't have to remember or run out of patches. Because believe me, you don't want to run out of patches. We have done that in the beginning, not because we were not on monthly subscription, but because we gave our patches away. We were giving them away to everyone.
Once you start realizing they help you, then you want to, that's another reason you want to kick yourself.
Then you're going to realize that they're so precious, those little patches that look like Band-Aids, and they're so precious, you don't want to give them away because then you run out and it's just you don't want to be without it. So once you understand and go through everything, you will know one little patch is extremely valuable. So so I just wanted to make that clear because it's so much information at once. And another thing I want to tell you, do not worry about not knowing everything. We did not know at all how business works for about 4 months. We didn't know. Yeah. We didn't care. We were just giving, we were just getting patches. We were getting excited because we were getting better. And when we shared the patches, we were just going with the flow. Okay, we were attending Zooms, learning, calling friends that signed us up and say, hey, how does that work? And There is always a text message that can be answered, it may call, that can be scheduled, Zooms that are happening almost every day, and you can plug into any of them. Like, let's say you cannot do Sundays, you can do Mondays or Tuesdays, Wednesdays. There is always something going on that you can plug in, and you will be informed about all of this as you signed up. So don't worry about, oh, I need to know everything. No, you don't. You don't need to know anything. You need to put a patch on you every day so your stem cells are activated and you are getting better. And then you will say, I want my mama on it. I want my friend on it. I want my daughter on it. And just that's how it works. And let's say that you put the patch on and you love it and you would say, oh, okay, so I want to sign up my mom. What do I do? Well, call whoever signed you up and they will help you. They will help you to do it with your own website, because when you sign up as a brand partner, company is giving you your own back office. And then you will be, yeah.
Mom,
So go
we're
ahead.
going to run out of time here.
Okay, so I just want to tell it because I know people are new, so I just wanted to tell them all of this, but I'm going to go and get off, finish here my cooking with my son. And I love you all. You all have a wonderful night.
I'm going to just quickly show you one example is all for signing up purposes. I think if it's still like it was before, if you're advanced or higher, you will qualify for all 4 ways of the income. Now, I may be wrong on that, and it may start at core now, but just for the sake of, in case that's wrong, we'll go with advanced. But I would, if you can make it to core, at least do core. I think core is a very good, smart choice. That's what we started out with, the rank of what you would call core. Once you sign up, though, in this case here, like they said, you have 6 choices of X39, and they tell you, or you can do X49, or you can do 12 of the other patches. What that means, and I'll show you, because I always say, unless you just want a bunch of X39, if you sign up at core, I go there immediately and exit out. I wished I knew this in the beginning, but I didn't. Then you go click on patches, and then you can scroll down and you see all the different products you have. And as you click on each product, let me get rid of that cookies thing there. Sorry, I guess it's not going to let me get rid of it. You want to at least get your X39 though. Let's say you want one for you and you want one for your wife, or maybe it's your wife's getting it for her. She's getting one for her mom, and then she'll get one for her husband. All right, so you got 3 of those. But all these other patches, excluding X49, let's say you want to get one X49, which is, we'll go into later what these are all used for, but then you could take and break it up. Let's say you do want to try some of these other patches, the Eon you've heard us talk about. That's only half the price of X49. All these others are half the price. That's why they say 12. But if you mix and match it, you keep clicking on what you want until it turns green. Let's say you want a glutathione, you want a carnosine. In fact, if you're dealing with someone with dementia, carnosine with X39 and X49 is really a great trio of the different patches. And until I get everything put in there to where it totals it up, it'll still stay yellow until you get to the last patch you can add. If I put a SP6 in there, and once I did that, that's actually for the balance of hormones and also for appetite suppressant. Now it's green. That means I can check out, and then that's what you would do from there. You would just check out. If you do too many, it'll turn red. And if it turns red, you just go up and you remove one that would make it go back to the right color, which I already knew which one to do. Then you hit continue. And when you do the continue, this is as far as I can take you. This is where you're going to set up, let's see. Okay, this is where, no, this is really important to do too. This is where you want to set up your auto ship. And in this case here, they're giving you ideas, but let's just say you just want to do one X39. And I'm sorry, my computer does junk all the time. then you just go right there, you hit the X39. You're going to do it the one time. I think that's right. Let's see here. Whoa, gosh, don't do that. That'll give you 1,000 patches. Well, I better go through there and manually put that in one. All right, so I just want one LifeWave package on auto ship. I believe that's exactly the right way to do it. I save it. Okay, and that was my monthly subscription is what that was. Then you go through filling out your personal data information, and the only thing you're going to be charged for will be the cost of that package. It does not charge you until next month. And you actually choose the date if you saw the calendar for your monthly subscription. The only people that can wait 2 months are the people that get the highest level. They can wait 2 months. They don't have to do auto ship immediately, but I think the rest of the levels do. All right, so I'm going to pause for that for right now. Let me take questions if you guys have questions. You can unmute yourself or raise your hand, either one. Go right ahead.
Hey, here I am. Are you ready for me to cause trouble?
Go right ahead.
Well, first of all, am I supposed to be able to see myself to know that I'm on? Because I see and hear everybody, and I don't know if when you're on talking, you can see yourself.
Yeah, well, you got your camera upside down according to the picture we're looking at, but right now you're just a big old gray blob, but that's okay. I know who I'm talking to anyway.
I didn't know if you could see us.
No, actually we can't. But you know, there's a little button on the bottom of your screen. Are you using a computer or are you using your phone?
A computer.
Okay, the bottom left side, you'll see a picture of a movie camera or what looks like a movie camera. Click on that box and it should turn your camera on.
I got my video on.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, it's just not working for some reason.
I don't know what I got to do that.
There's a little arrow down there too. If you clicked on that arrow, it tells you what source of camera you're using, and you can look
There's
on
integrated camera, blur background, adjust background effects, choose video filter, choose avatar, video settings.
Go higher up. Is there only one camera? Because see, I've got 3 cameras set.
It says integrated camera with a check mark on it.
Okay. Is there another camera?
Not that I know of, unless I have to buy a camera and hook it into my computer.
You might, but you know, you don't have to.
Hey, Steve, some laptops have a slide blocker that blocks the camera lens.
Oh, you're right. Is your camera and your computer pushed down or covered up?
Not that
You
I
should
know
see a
of.
light.
Okay. Well, that's all right. We'll worry about it another time.
Okay, well, I got some trouble I can cause. Oh, I just went out. How do I come back?
We hear you fine. Did you
Okay,
have?
I lost the screen and until I hit the link back on.
Oh, okay.
I was trying to hit something there. Okay, there I am. One thing I've been wondering about is, see, you got a Hebrew background. I was wondering if there's how many patches, if I had the money to buy 12 patches and had one patch to represent each of the 12 tribes of Israel, whether there'd be healing powers in that, if that would be something relative to all these gems that used to be on the Hebrew ephod. And if they use gems, like some of these clairvoyants and people have these health stores and tarot readers and fortune tellers, they say there's healing in these crystals. Like if we use diamonds in some things in technology, they use gold and silver and all kinds of mechanical, technological.
I'll help you out.
Like you wear 12 patches. Was there healing in the all those gems?
All right, here's what it is. David Schmidt did take the word tree of life, and he looked at the value and he converted the numeric value in Hebrew to a frequency with the crystals that he used in the patch, and that's what gave him the X39 patch. So wearing 12 of them, though, would make you so sick you would probably be puking your guts up for the next 2 weeks. They detox too fast. So you gotta, even when you put on one, you gotta be well hydrated, and then you want to be very careful on how many you add to that and how often you add. But if you had 12 on, you would be very sick. My wife made the mistake of doing that and got very sick very quick. But the good
Okay,
news
Steve,
is,
can I talk a little bit?
yeah, yes.
Very briefly. Okay, don't wear more than 4 patches at the same time. That's for advanced people when they get to know all the patches. And the David Schmidt used that technology for water, Steve, the light in the water. The patches are just photobiomodulation in scientific ways. Scientifically, that's all we can say how photobiomodulation works. It's a phototherapy. And the frequency reflected back to your body is the frequency of a near infrared light. If you use a night vision goggles, you can see that human body produces light in the form of heat. And what David Schmidt was able to do is return that near infrared light, which is your own body's light, back to the body, and a frequency that light has an ability to activate stem cells in the body. So somehow, and now speaking religiously, which with these patches I really talk only scientifically, but when we speak in a faith term, I believe that sometime in the very beginning, before the fall, our bodies were able to reflect light and back into our bodies, the we were closed in light basically, and we lost that. And I'm not saying that this is what he's doing or whatever, because this is just simple photobiomodulation, but it is proven now with that photobiomodulation that light, the frequency of it, has ability not only activate your stem cells, but start 4,000 biochemical reactions in your body. Literally, mitochondria in your cells are repairing, telomeres are prolonging. And what's happening, because we are 70% water within us, as we age, our water gets viscous, kind of like if you had a syrup or how would I say, like a honey, type of, the water is not very, the liquid gets kind of thick. So these patches, this is why it's very important to drink water and hydrate yourself while you are on the patches, because they work with your water within your cells. But what's happening, I looked at these patches and how they work scientifically very, very deeply. And it's a pure science. That's what it is. And it's amazing science, 100% holistic. There is no drugs coming to your body, and it's a pure reflection of light. Now, the scientists are doing exactly what David Schmidt has done with the Lola patch you can wear. Now, this is called also medical device, by the way. You're actually selling medical devices. It's not it's not Band-Aid or anything. It looks like it, but it's actual medical device. And you would have to have electron microscope to see those particles that are sealed within this patch. They're able to reflect this frequency back into your body. So that's what basically I wanted to say, Steve, because what you were saying about Hebrew letters, that's his science for the water. And that's his new product. He's put a light into the water, and that product is coming out in 2025. And I'm not familiar yet with the science behind it, so I can't talk on it. I have to really look into it. But the scientists developed huge lasers that are able to give you photobiomodulation. And a lot of doctors and doctor offices are buying those lasers, and they're telling people to come to their office twice a week for 30 minutes to be under those lasers and get a photobiomodulation done so their stem cells can activate. Now imagine that this patch that we have does that every single day, and you're just doing the same thing just by putting a patch on your body, and it has a very systemic effect. So anyway, I just wanted to explain that. Back to you, Steve.
Does anybody have any questions?
How much hydration is being hydrated? How much do we need to stay hydrated?
Okay,
What
you need,
quality of water?
yes, it's not about how much water, but of course you need, how you remember they taught you to drink 8 glasses of water per day, right? Well, you need to make sure you drink water, but not just any water. You need to make sure you drink quality water, preferably alkaline water enhanced with minerals. But you need to also take, hydration means electrolytes. So every morning as you get up, get yourself an electrolyte. They sell it. It's called Liquid IV. Packages or packets. It's cheap, but
Yeah.
fix yourself an electrolyte drink every single morning. If you are a very active person, you work a lot outside, then drink 2 electrolytes drinks per day, and stay hydrated, meaning keep drinking water.
I didn't know what hydrated, quote unquote, meant exactly. I've been drinking more water, but I didn't know how much to drink.
Okay.
So
Well,
if
just
I have to have electrolytes separately, maybe that would
absolutely.
make the difference.
Yes, electrolytes work with those patches. Electrolytes are just basic minerals like potassium, calcium, magnesium. Some electrolytes have chlorine in it as well, and sodium. So these are your electrolytes that your body, just think of the name, electrolytes. Your body is electric.
Right.
And
How much per day do you take?
well, with Steve, we are not like majorly active. We should be like, let me tell you about John that is on a show now. He is athlete. He's working out very hard. He should have 2 electrolyte drinks per day. If you are inactive and you just, work with your brain a lot like Steve does, it's enough to have 1 electrolyte per day, but but he needs water, and he does drink a lot of water. And you make yourself herbal tea or make yourself a good vegetable broth soup. So this is what all contains electrolytes. Use good salt. If it says Morton salt on your salt, put it to the garbage immediately, because this salt actually kills you.
Which
Hey,
salt?
Morton.
yeah, don't use Morton salt. You use what's that other one? Real salt.
Yes. Yes.
Does Natural Grocers carry it?
You need salt that contains
Yeah, that's
70
true.
to 84 minerals. Morton salt is deadly. And we don't have enough time now, but I could give you entire speech on Morton salt. But
that's all right. I will avoid it. Just tell me what to have instead.
Is Himalayan
I'll
salt
show you.
good?
You can do Himalayan salt. Just make sure that it says on the package contains 84 minerals. Or 70 minerals, depends where they got it from, and does not contain iodine, but you need to add iodine to your diet.
That's the salt right there, Nan, that you need.
Yeah, that one.
Real
That
salt.
one is
Okay.
very good. Mm-hmm.
And by the way, Redmond is the name brand of that.
Redmond.
Nan and her husband are doing an experiment. He gets the leftovers.
Okay.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
Morton salt is going to cause swelling and retainment of water in your body, and it's extremely toxic to your vascular system.
Okay.
It's just horrible what they have done with salt. You need real salt, and get away from anything that's table salt. All it is NaCl, chloridium, sodium chloride, which is deadly and doesn't have. It's a dead salt because it doesn't have all of the other minerals that our body needs, and your cells are literally starving.
Bianca,
So
you know it's past
yes,
mine and John's bedtime, so.
I know. I'm just
And
gonna
by
be
the
quiet now.
way,
You know, it's better if I leave. So you
who's
guys.
that guy you got in that picture with you? Is that your boyfriend?
Yes, he is. This is my guy, Mike.
You mean you can see
Oh,
us?
we can't see you, Nan. We can't see Mike either. I'm
All right.
talking about my wife. She's got a picture of her boyfriend in the picture there.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
Oh,
my boyfriend.
'Cause that sure
That
don't look
was
like me.
that
well,
was
is
you.
that other Steve with Jana Bennon? Is that your son?
That's
No,
my son there, Mike.
that's my husband when he married me. That's how he looked. Yeah, that's how we looked. We
That's
looked like
me without gray hair on the face.
we used to be young and beautiful. But
you're
anyway.
very cute. Both of you are very cute.
Thank you.
Anyway, I am gonna just stop because people have bedtimes. You go to sleep now, and I'm gonna stop. Okay. Otherwise, I'll just keep talking about health forever once I
All
start.
right, that's all right with me.
We'll cause more trouble next week.
Okay, that will be great.
Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
Anybody else got any questions that we can answer? Angela, did you bring your husband tonight?
No, he wasn't able to make it, but
Oh, it's his
I think you answered
bedtime, right?
everything. Yeah. He's sad. He's sad. The Cowboys lost today, so he's not feeling well.
Okay, well, you tell him we missed him for sure. So,
Okay.
all right, guys. I think everybody else has already left out tonight because it was their bedtime too. So, but anyway, we'll call it a night tonight. If listen, you guys can always reach out to us as well if you have any questions, need any help talking to somebody, or you
Okay.
want to put together a Zoom meeting. We'll be glad to do it for you, with you, not for you, but with you. If we need to do it for you, we can do that too. So that'll work. Whatever we can do to help you out, let us know. So
Okay, we will.
Thanks, Dave.
thank you.
Everybody have a good evening.
Thank you.
Janice, you getting chippier looking every day, girl. All right. You guys take care now. God bless y'all.
All right. Good night.
Good night.
Bye, guys.
Good night.
Good night.
Where's my record button? I know I recorded. Maybe.